Hello, I hope everyone's doing well today. My name is Alexa Newman, and I am a librarian at the Algonquin Public Library, and I am bringing you this week's Yin Yoga class. I invite you to find your props. This typically will include some blocks, a bolster, and a yoga strap. You can also use blankets, towels, or other items you have around the house. Furniture cushions are a good substitution for a bolster. Blocks, you can use books, or like I said, folded up towels or blankets or something, but to give you support. And today, our practice, we are going to be doing mostly a hip opening practice. And we are going to start our opening meditation in child's pose today. So for those of you that are new to yoga, child's pose is one where we actually are on the floor, facing down. And for this particular version, I want you to spread your knees out further to the edges of the mat. And you might want to bring in your bolster or a pillow, because we're going to be here for a little bit. But the idea is to sit back towards your heels, allow your forehead to fall towards the floor and your arms forward. And then once you're here, in that position, like I said, with the bolster, sorry, you want to do that, you just kind of rest on the bolster like that. And once you're here, I want you to relax and just let your muscles open up, go loose, and sink towards the floor and towards your heels. Okay? I'm going to actually be sitting up so you all can hear me more clearly as I share our meditation. I want you to begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Nice, gentle breaths. And today, I want to talk to you about joy and the choice we make to live a life filled with joy. We are blessed with the capacity to feel all of the colors of our emotional rainbow. But too often, we miss the brightest one. Joy, like all strong feelings, brings us closer to our true selves. I'm not here to talk to you about just the power of positivity, because it's not that simple. Our brains are problem-solving machines, and they're designed to identify threats and to keep us safe. They're not designed to revel in the bounty of tiny, happy things that make the world beautiful. So it's really easy for these small joys to slip out of our grasp quickly or pass by unnoticed altogether. Our innate brain wiring is why we are unable to focus on positive things all the time. But we don't have to remain fixed in a negative state because of that. We can deepen our experience of joy by focusing on the things that bring us delight whenever they occur. Things like a cool breeze on a warm day, an unexpected phone call from your best friend, a warm interaction with somebody new. It doesn't matter what the situation is, and it doesn't matter what brand of joy it is. Delight, elation, contentment, bliss, gladness. What matters is that we stop to notice it, embrace it, and celebrate it. What I'm saying is that we can choose joy by savoring it. Joy is magnified when we savor the things that make us happy, no matter how small or large those things may be. But savoring requires us to be present. You need to be connected to the moment to drink it in. not stuck in the past, or worried about the future, which is the basis of mindfulness. Research has shown that we benefit from directly experiencing a moment as it is without viewing it through the lens of our past experiences, memories, beliefs, and the judgments that we carry through our lives. By mindfully savoring positive experiences, we can prolong and intensify positive feelings. Who doesn't want that? Okay, I hope you're starting to feel relaxed, your muscles opening up and loosening up. Okay, we're getting ready to move into our first pose of the day. And this one is also, we're going to be face down. There are two variations of this pose that we can practice. I'm going to show you the first variation, and then if you want to intensify the pose and go a little bit deeper in, there's another version. We could do either half frog or frog. So if you were in child's pose, there's not much difference. What you're going to do is you're going to lay on your belly like this, and you may want to have your pillow or bolster or block nearby. Half frog, I want you to just bring your right knee up, have your foot bottom, your foot kind of lifted up, and so your knee and your toes are pointing towards the long edge of the mat, and then your face will be down, and if you can put your forehead down to the ground, it's great. If you can't, you could turn and, like I said, rest it on your hands. That is half frog. For those of you that want a slightly deeper version, the child's pose that we were in, the wide-legged child's pose, you can actually just kind of slide out on your belly in a version of that and bring both knees out to either side. This time, both legs are bent, if you could see. And if you want to rest on a bolster for this pose, have your torso resting on a bolster. Some people prefer that. Either position, either variation is fine. Okay, if you had your right leg up and your left leg extended, it's time to switch. Bring that right leg back in, wiggle back and forth just a little bit, and then bring that left leg up. If you were in full frog, we're going to stay there for a couple more minutes, about a minute and a half. I encourage you to relax your muscles. In Yin, one of the goals is to relax. We're trying to open up our joints, increase our range of motion, restore flexibility, and we do that by relaxing into the pose and allow our muscles and tendons, ligaments to slowly open up and stretch. As you breathe in and out, feel your belly button melding with your mat. Relax your shoulders. Feel yourself sinking more into the floor. Relax your glutes, those muscles in your back. Relax the muscles in your face. Breathe in and out through your diaphragm. Okay, let's bring both feet back to the floor. Okay, we are now going to come back to child's pose. And notice this time, you may be able to be bringing your glutes closer to your heels, to your feet. Maybe your chest is sinking closer to your knees. Your head is getting closer towards the floor. Okay, let's come up to a tabletop. We're going to sit back, swing our feet around. And we are going to do banana asana for our next pose. And that's just a fun name for a blind crescent. Because we're making our bodies into a banana of sorts. So start with our right side. Take your right foot to the bottom right corner of the mat. Bring your arms up overhead. Take your right arm up here to the right edge of the mat. And then bring your left arm around and your left foot around to meet. So you're in a gentle curve. If you want to deepen this pose, you can grab that left wrist with your right hand and you can cross your left foot over your right foot. So you're crossed at the ankles. Only do this if you can keep both hips on the floor. I don't want you lifting your left hip off the floor. That changes the dynamic of the entire stretch, and that means it's probably a little bit too intense for you. So it's okay to have the hands and feet side by side. While you're here, remember to breathe deeply from your nose and down from your diaphragm. Your breath should be coming from your belly. Consciously focus on different muscle groups. Scan yourself from your head to your toes. Relax your arms, your shoulders. Relax the muscles in your sides. Relax your muscles around the pelvic girdle. Relax your glutes, your thighs, your quads, your calves. Notice the sensation. Where do you feel the stretch? Do you feel it in your torso? Do you feel it up near your shoulders? Are you feeling it in your legs? Notice if the sensation migrates. As one body part relaxes, does the stretch move and you feel it centering somewhere else? Okay. Uncross those ankles. Let go of the wrists. Bring your feet and your hands back to center. Take a moment and just stretch your hands and your feet touch the opposite walls, and then relax, let go. Rock yourself back and forth just a little bit. And then we're going to move that left foot to the corner, left arm, and then the left foot and the right arm to meet. Same thing, don't be lifting yet. Right hip up. The idea is to have both feet, both hips, both shoulders on the ground. Once again, consciously scan your body, release those muscles. Relax this time from your toes upwards. So relax your feet and your ankles, relax your calves. Relax your quads, those IT bands. Relax the hammies. Relax your glutes. Relax the muscles in your back. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your face muscles. Don't clench your jaw. Don't hold your breath. Okay. Let's come up to a seated position. Turn so you can see me. Our next pose is called shoelace. So, we did this last week as well. I want you to cross the right leg over the left. Try to get your knees to align. If you want to bring in a blanket or a towel or something to support you one way or another, you can do so. One of the important things about Yin is that we don't want, or yoga in general, is we don't want you to feel pain. There is a difference between feeling the edge of getting a good stretch and working on our flexibility and hurting ourselves. So if you ever are feeling a sharp pain, ease out and go to a less strenuous form of a pose. Okay, so once you're here in shoelace, I want you to allow yourself to pull forward. If you want to hang on to your bolster, you can do so. So like that. But I want you to allow your head and your shoulders to drop. And your legs should not be directly on your knee. You don't want to stress and put extra weight on the kneecap itself. It should be right above it. And this pose is nice. I'm feeling a stretch in and along my hamstring, along the back. I'm also feeling it along the IT band, just running along the side here. And it's also helping open up the hips, having the leg crossed like this. And folding forward just helps deepen the stretch a little bit. Remember to breathe in and out through your nose. Okay, sit back up and cross those legs. Wiggle yourself back and forth just a little bit. Shake those legs, pedal your feet. Now we're going to cross the left leg over the right. And once again, don't rest directly on your kneecap. We don't want to put too much pressure and injure the knee. The idea is to try and have the hip open. We don't want it up high. We want to try and have it open. So that's where maybe having a block might help. It'll help you relax and release the muscles along the outside. Once you're here, I invite you to allow your head to fall forward. Hold yourself forward as far as you feel comfortable. And breathe. Relax those muscles. Don't clench your butt cheeks. Let them go. Relax your shoulder, your neck. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Let's sit up and cross that foot. Pedal yourself out a little bit. Reposition so you're centered. Our next pose is going to be butterfly. And you might want to have blocks or some towels or blankets for this pose. Butterfly, we pull our feet bottoms together and allow our knees to fall out towards the sides. Depth is too much of a pull. If you're feeling painful, bring your blocks in. And that way it's sometimes easier to relax and let go and allow those hips to open up a little bit more widely. I want you to hold onto your feet with your hands if you're able. And then allow yourself to fold forward. Allow your head to drop and fall forward as far as is comfortable for you today. Breathe in and out through your nose. Gentle but deep breaths. Sometimes sensations will intensify as you're riding that edge, and as long as it doesn't cross over into pain, if you hold out and just ride that edge, you may find yourself opening more fully into a deeper expression of the pose. And that's actually what's happening to me right now. I'm feeling pretty intense stretch, but my legs are actually reaching, my knees are actually getting much closer towards the floor as we hold this position. And the urge to yank them up is really strong, and I encourage you to fight that instinct as long as you are not in actual pain. Okay, we're going to bring those knees up. Lean back for a moment. We're going to windshield wiper back and forth before we transition into our next pose, which is called deer. And once again, you might want to have a bolster nearby for this particular pose. What we're going to do is I want you to swing your right leg back, bringing your foot behind your hip. I'm going to scoot a little bit further down the mat here. So I'm pulling my right leg back, and then I'm going to bring my left foot along my thigh. So I have a right angle here, and I'm making a right angle with my front knee. And then I'm going to twist so that I am now facing the short edge of my mat. And this is actually the first variation of deer. If you want to take the pose deeper, you could come down onto your elbows or onto a bolster. If you want to take the pose even deeper, you could come down to the floor. While you're here, once again, relax. Let your muscles go. Feel them releasing. Maybe you can move further into the twist. Okay, come up on our hands. And now we're going to swing those legs out in front of us. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. So we're now going to take that left foot back behind us towards our hip. Bring the right knee forward and put the foot on the left thigh. And then, once again, we're going to twist. By this time, we're twisting in the opposite direction. And if this is where you feel comfortable, you can stop right here. If you want to go deeper, I invite you to come down to your elbows or down to the floor completely. I'm bringing your chest, your torso down to the floor. And you may feel it as you relax and move deeper into the pose as we hold it, that you may be able to go from arms extended to elbows or from elbows to the floor. Listen to your body and honor what it's telling you. I like to frequently mention the importance of twisting when we stretch and holding a sustained twist. Most of our movements that we have in our current Western society is we sit up, we sit down. We might bend, but we rarely twist anymore on a regular basis. Twisting is very important for our core stability, working the muscles that wrap around our sides and give us that core strength. Twisting also is very, very important for our internal organs. I'm going to explain that more in a minute. I invite you now to come up. And we are now going to turn this direction. Come to a tabletop. And tabletop is one of the basic poses. I want you to stand on your knees so they have them hip distance apart. And then when we come down on the tabletop, your hands should be directly in a line below your shoulders. They shouldn't be in too close. They shouldn't be too far out. They shouldn't be too far forward or back. If you are aligned directly, you can actually hold this pose for a more sustained period of time. And you also want to keep your hands open so that your fingers are wide, you have like a L shape or a triangle between your first finger and your thumb, and that will also give you more stability. Once we're here, we're going to do a few cycles of cat and cow. Cat, we drop our head down, we turn our elbow creases to face forward, and we arch our back. Cow, we turn those elbow creases in towards us, we drop our belly down, and we arch in the opposite direction, and we look forward. So we're flexing our spine both directions. We inhale on cow. We exhale on cat. I want you to move back and forth at your own breath's pace. Maybe pause a little bit at the top and the bottom. Stretch a little bit deeper. Okay. We are now going to transition. This is probably the most difficult pose of the day. This is called Swan. And probably the easiest way to get into this pose is to go up into down dog. And then we're going to lift up our right leg, bend the knee, bring it forward until the knee is near our hand, and your foot is near the left side, and then we slide down so that we have the knee and leg bent in front of us, and we fold over it. You can do this with your back up and arched. You can be on your elbows, or you can be all the way down. If it is not comfortable for you to be laying face down, you can do the pose in the inverse on your back, which you could do by grabbing your foot and your knee and pulling them towards your chest, like you're cradling a baby. Here we go. You're here, relax. It's very typical to want to tense our muscles. Relax, let them go, and open up. Feel your belly relaxing towards the floor. And feel this in your hips, in your thighs. You're laying down, and walk your hands back up. And now we're going to bring that right foot back around under us, the tabletop. And then we're going to push back up to down dog. Bring your hips back. Drop your heels back. Get a nice little stretch there. And then we're going to lift the left leg. Bend that knee. Bring it up towards your hand. And then slide back. And either with your hands, your elbows, or to the floor. So we walk those hands up. Back around this time into tabletop and then back into a child's pose. I started to tell you about the benefits of twisting and why it's important for us both on a muscular level, but also on the level of our organs. And it's because our body is filled with connective tissues. We have fascia, or fascia, it's pronounced a couple different ways, and that is the white membranes that divide our muscles, that hold our organs in place, but it also has a tendency to grow and spread, and if we do not move, it actually builds this web, like a net, and it actually creates, like within our organs, what they call adhesions. It's often our body is trying to protect us, and it kind of can go awry. So if you have had any kind of abdominal surgeries, adhesions are fairly typical part of the healing process. And the reason I mentioned abdominal is you could actually often feel the abdominal adhesions as they're forming. Adhesions also happen in the creation of scar tissue, and that can actually cause mobility issues as well. Okay, from child's pose, I want you to come back up to tabletop, and we are now going to transition into a pose called the cat pulling its tail. And what we're going to do with that, it's a variation of a twist. So the reason I had you set up is if you have a strap, you might want this. We are going to come down onto our back, and we're going to start putting the strap around our left foot, And we're going to let that left, and right now I have my right knee, my right foot still on the floor, it's bent. We're going to let that left foot come down towards the floor as far as it's comfortable. If you're able to hold your big toe, you can do that. And then this is where the cat's tail comes in. You can actually grab, if it's available to you, your foot or your ankle, the right ankle, and you let that knee drop down. And you can grab that foot. So we have a bent knee on this side where it's coming to the floor, and an open leg on that side. Now for some of you, you might not be able, because it's going to be a really intense pull through the outside of your upper leg, that you may not be able to grab that foot or even drop that knee all the way down. If it's not comfortable to drop that knee down, you can take a block and rest it on the block like that. But grabbing the tail intensifies the stretch. Okay, if you were holding on to your bent leg, your bent foot, let go of that. Bring your feet back to center, pull your knees up. So we're sitting like this. And now we're going to take that strap if you had it. If you don't, that's okay. Just use your hand and we'll use it to guide your foot down. We're going to drop the right leg down and then drop that left knee back behind us. And if you can grab your foot or your ankle, do so. If you're feeling too much of a stretch, you said get that block, put the block in under your knee. And we're going to hold this. You can release those feet, legs, roll back up until you're on your back. Lift up your hips, reposition until you feel that you are settled and centered. Our final pose before Shavasana is Happy Baby. So bring those knees in, give yourself a nice hug. Bring them out a little bit to the sides. Grab those big toes and pull those knees towards your armpits. And maybe rock gently side to side. If you feel you want to extend the stretch and extend your legs so they're straight, I invite you to do so. You want to grab the outsides of your feet, your hands. That's another way to do happy baby, and sometimes that also helps intensify the stretch a little bit. I caution you to keep the small of your back on the ground. Don't arch your back so much that the small is lifting up. Try and push the small bit back towards the floor. That will help alleviate back injuries. And now we're going to transition into our final meditation, our Shavasana for the day. So I invite you to relax, lay down, stretch your hands and feet out, your arms, your legs. You want to get a sweater, socks, a blanket at this point, please do so. Use whatever bolsters, blankets, and props to make yourself as comfortable and relaxed as possible. Okay. I want you to relax your entire body, sinking into the mat beneath you. Relax the backs of your legs, your feet, and your ankles. Relax your thighs, calves, and all the muscles in your legs. Feel the support of the ground beneath you. Soften your lower back, your mid-back, and your shoulders, making any adjustments you need to relax your body even more fully towards the ground. Rest your upper arms and your forearms in your hands. Release any tension you're holding in your shoulders. Allow them to make full contact with the ground. Release tension from the muscles in your face, softening the muscles around your eyes and your forehead. Relax your jaw. Perhaps allow your mouth to open slightly. Draw your attention inward, focusing on your breath. Now place one hand on your belly and one over your heart. Feel your body moving with your breath. Allow your body to breathe itself at its natural pace. At this time, we will go through a few affirmations together. You may choose to repeat them in your inner voice after me, or simply focus all of your attention inward. Affirmations are messages to the subconscious, so even if you've already fallen asleep, you will still reap the benefits of these. You may visualize yourself planting these affirmations as seeds in the fertile, loving, and supportive soil of your heart. Visualize these seeds sprouting with your love and growing into beautiful plants, vibrant vines, or fragrant flowers. I am quiet and I listen to my heart's song. I choose to be united with all beings in the realm of love and light. Love opens and heals me. I choose the peace that surpasses all understanding. I am love. I am peace. I am light. I follow my heart's desire for truth, goodness, and love. My core is pure and innocent. Nothing can touch the soul of my heart except love itself. I open my heart to all goodness. Joy is my reason for living. I look for the joy in myself and see it in all things. I let my heart shine and give from the depths of my being to those who accept love. There is love all around me. I open my heart and sing the joys of love. Now, feel your heart responding to these loving words. The seeds that you planted, growing and strong and tall with your support and loving energy in the garden of your heart. Now that we have planted a garden of loving thoughts in the mind, I invite you to now set an intention. You may wish to set an intention for connection, spiritual expansion, or mindfulness. Perhaps you will set an intention of bliss, inner peace, or love. An intention, rather than any material goal, should be a way of being. Visualize this intention. See it as a bright white orb hovering over your body. Compress this orb into a tiny, powerful, pearl-like seed, opalescent and shining. Plant this seed in the garden of the heart. Nourish the seed with love and compassion. Care for it and nurture it, allowing it to grow strong and tall, budding with flowers of the brightest pinks and reds. As you begin to feel ready, gradually awaken your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, bringing your awareness back to this room. Together we will take a big inhale and stretch the arms as far out as they go and the legs as far as they go. Yawning out and activating our nervous system. Exhale and draw that energy in. Hug your knees into the chest. When you're ready, let's transition into the fetal position, hugging your knees to yourself. You can prop your head up with an arm if you wish, and then slowly bring yourself to a seated position. We're going to do 3 rounds of sun breath. Bring your arms out to your side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this last one, once again, visualize that orb, that pearl of love and intention. Bring it through your vision center to your heart. The light in me sees the light in you. I honor you as you honor me. That is a translation of the word namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I wish you well, be healthy, be well until the next time. Namaste, everybody.